Welcome back to Street Smart. I'm Carol Massar here in Palm Beach at the Distressed Investing Conference. Now, you can't talk about distressed investing without really talking about bankruptcy. Chapter 11 is a way, of course, of keeping the company as a going concern. Well, nowadays, investors try to get the restructuring over before the company even files for Chapter 11. Well, right now, I'm joined by Greg Milmoe. He's bankruptcy partner at Skadden Arps. And Greg, let me ask you, because if there is one thing that could be called a hot bankruptcy, it had to be CIT. We spent a lot of time covering that story. Let me ask you, is that the poster child for prepackaged bankruptcies in your view?
I would have to think so. You very graciously but inaccurately identified me as the mastermind. I think that would come as a great surprise to my partners, Greg Milmoe, among others.
But you were very involved, the three of you.
I was. It was a wonderful test of the prepackaged bankruptcy as a tool to accomplish a restructuring quickly and with very minimal disruption to the business. This was enormously important to federal regulators who were concerned about the stability of the bank as a financial institution during the pendency of the case. In and out of bankruptcy in 40 days, it was a wonderful thing.
Let me ask you, you talk about going in and out. You ditched $10.5 billion worth of debt. You emerged from Chapter 11 with almost $11 billion in equity. I think people are still scratching their heads saying, how did you do that?
People agreed to it. This is an institution that has been around for more than 100 years. It has a niche in Middle America lending. It has an important role to play. I think our lenders recognized that, realized it, believed it, and thinks that CIT is going to have a future into the indefinite future.
All right, I'm going to jump around a little bit because there's a lot that I can certainly talk to you about. And you and I talked a little bit about at lunch about the Lehman bankruptcy. You know, could it have been avoided in your view?
Oh, hindsight is always 20/20. I think that if it had been able to be avoided, there would have been so much less disruption in the market today. If we could somehow have had the faith, the assurance, the ability to just work things out. We have billions of dollars of transactions today that investors around the world are trying to sort out. We literally don't know what the answers are, but they're in limbo. Money is.
But technically, Greg, could it have been worked out? If you look at Lehman, and I know hindsight is 20/20, but technically we could have worked out a bankruptcy, some kind of plan for Lehman.
I would like to think so. I wasn't there in the room. Again, decisions are made on the at the moment without a significant infusion of capital. Lehman could not have opened for business on Monday morning.
Right.
And the determination was made for whatever policy reasons that capital would not be forthcoming. And under that circumstance, it probably couldn't have been avoided. Could the decision have been made in a different way? It could all have turned out much differently.
Just got about 20 seconds left here. What about Chrysler and GM? Obviously, other very closely followed bankruptcies. I mean, just quickly, have we learned any lessons? Have they set any precedents? And I got about 20 seconds here.
Well, in 20 seconds, they were both massive. They were both well orchestrated, very carefully thought through and pre-planned. Unlike Lehman, which was decided the night before, both Chrysler and GM had the benefit of months, if not years, of preparation, and they were able to get to a soft landing.
Okay, gonna leave it there, and you did that in 20 seconds. Greg, thank you so much. Greg Milmoe, everybody from Skadden Arps.